Hi, I'm Vicky. Welcome to my YouTube channel Feather and Flow Yoga, and to this sequence which is designed to offer you a little bit of relief if you're feeling tight through the neck and the shoulders areas. I know that often if we are feeling stressed or tense or even just really busy, our shoulders can tend to rise up towards the ears, and that can cause those muscles to get really tight and tender. So this sequence is hopefully going to help you to relieve some of that tightness and ease any aches or pains that you may feel. So I'm going to start using my bolster. If you have a round bolster, you can use that like I am, or you can use a rectangular bolster, is going to be just as good. If you don't have a bolster, you can always use maybe a thick, firm cushion or pillow, or anything really that you can lay over that's going to allow you to open through the chest. So positioning your bolster back behind you, so that when you lay back, the end of the bolster is going to be about midway up your back. So when you're ready, gently guide yourself to lay back on the bolster. Knees can stay bent here. Take your time settling in, finding that sweet spot for you. Making sure that your chin is lightly tucked so that you have a long neck and the neck feels protected here. And then when you're ready, bring the palms to face up towards the sky and slowly begin to open the arms as wide as feels good for you to get a great stretch through the front body. Pausing wherever you feel that you can stay for a few breaths. And you can choose to close the eyes here if that feels good. Beginning to shift your awareness to your breath. And really paying particular attention to your exhales, seeing if you can use those exhales to melt into your bolster. Relax those muscles. Often, if the shoulders and the neck are feeling tight, that can also mean that the chest muscles have tightened up too. So opening up through the chest is going to really help all of those areas. All of the muscles are connected. So we'll focus on opening the whole upper back, shoulders, neck and chest area today. Full even breaths in and out through the nose. And as you're ready, slowly guide the hands back down by your sides. We'll use our forearms and our hands to guide ourselves back to a seated position. And you can move the bolster to one side now. Coming to sit tall and lengthening through the spine. And as you're ready, lightly drawing your right ear towards your right shoulder. Breathing into the left side of the neck. Just noticing how that feels. And you have the option to stay here, or you can place the right hand on top of the head. Just being really mindful here that you're not kind of forcing the head down. But instead it's just adding the tiniest bit of extra weight. Continuing with that connection to our breath and really seeing if you can use your exhales to release any tightness that you're feeling. And you have the option to stay here, or maybe you want to send your left arm so the fingers lightly touch the mat. Just notice how that changes the stretch, if it does. Gently release, and we'll do the same on the other side. This time your left ear towards the left shoulder. Noticing how maybe one side feels different to the other, how that's perfectly normal. Option to place the left hand on the head if that felt good. And you can stay here, or you can send those right fingertips down to the mat. Really concentrating on those exhales, seeing if you can use those to ease any discomfort or tightness. And gently release. And from here, taking the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers if that's accessible to you. Otherwise, you can just take hold of opposite wrists, roll the shoulders back, and then you have the option to stay here and just turn so you can see. Or you can gently move the arms away from you, come back down, just working with a little bit of movement here if it feels good. So finding what you need today. And gently release. Here, bring your left hand down to your side, and as you breathe in, reach up and over the body with your right arm. Stretching through that whole right side now, breathing space in between the ribs. Option to stay here looking ahead, or you can turn your head if that feels okay for your neck, to look out under the arm, breathing fully and evenly. Making sure that both hips are connected to the ground, you're not lifting through one side. Grounded here. And as you're ready, windmill the arms, and we'll do the same on the other side. Option to turn the head to look under the arm if that feels okay for your neck. Otherwise, looking straight out in front of you or down to the mat. As you're ready, windmill the arms. We'll do the same once more on each side. One more inhale, and as you exhale, coming to the other side. And gently release. Lift your right arm and then hinge at the elbow so the hand comes back between the two shoulder blades. And then lift your left arm out to your left with the thumb pointing down. And then you're going to reach back behind you with that hand, taking hold wherever you can with the intention of the fingers meeting. Let me just turn so that you can see. Now, if the fingers don't meet, you can take hold wherever you can. So that could be your clothing, or just keep going with that intention of drawing the hands towards one another. It's going to really help you to open up Breathing fully and evenly, just noticing what sensations you feel. You can even use the head for a little bit of resistance. So if you feel that you're kind of sitting like this, rounded, try and sit straight and tall, guiding your arms away from you using your head. Really gentle movement, be mindful here. Gently release, and we'll do the same on the other side. So this time your left arm rises and then bend at the elbow, reaching out to your right with your right hand and then taking that hand back behind you, grabbing hold wherever you can. And don't be surprised if maybe you're more open through one side than the other. That's really, really normal. We all have a preferred size that we maybe use more than the other, or that holds more tension than the other side. Gently release, and we'll come into a twist from here. So bringing your right hand in front of you and turning to look out over your left shoulder as you place that hand back behind you. Still sitting really tall, and see if you can draw the shoulder blades towards one another. And just notice if your shoulders are tending to creep up towards the ears, and see if you can melt them down. Release any tightness or tension that you're feeling. Really breathe into it. As you're ready, come back to the center and then twist the other way. Turning to look out over your right shoulder this time. And as you're ready, coming back to face the front. And from here, bend the knees so the feet come down to your mat. And you're going to wrap your arms around the outsides of your knees and slide the hands under the feet. Maybe you can bring your toes to touch your wrists or wherever feels good for you. And then you're going to push into the hands with your feet. So you're stretching through the feet as well. It feels really nice. And then you'll feel this traveling up your back. And as you're ready, begin to lower your chin in towards your chest. Let the head be heavy. Breathing into the whole of your back, your shoulders, your neck, even the soles of the feet. Gently release. Come back to your seated position and then bring your right arm across the body. And with your left arm, you're going to guide that arm in towards the chest. And just notice how that feels around the back of the shoulders and under the shoulder blades. And as much as you're pushing the arm in towards your chest with your left hand, also try and give a little bit of resistance back with your right arm. So just notice how that affects your stretch. So it's quite an active pose. Trying to maintain that length through the spine. Gently release, and we'll do the same on the other side. Drawing the arm in towards the chest. Two opposing lines of energy, so equally pushing the arm into the chest and also pushing back into this lifted arm. And gently release, bring both arms out wide, and then from here slowly draw the arms in towards one another, but bring your right arm under the left. and then wrap the arms, bringing the forearms together. Maybe you can also wrap the palms. And if this isn't accessible to you, you can just bring the forearms together. This is called eagle arms. Option to stay here in stillness, or you can add in some small movements up and down. Be really mindful. Trying to feel a really great stretch through the back of the shoulders, avoiding any pain. And if you're moving here, maybe you can link your movements to your breath. So maybe lifting with each inhale, lowering with each exhale. Gently release, bring the arms out wide, and then draw the arms together, and this time bringing the left arm under your right, coming into eagle arms on the other side. Same thing here, option to stay still or to add some gentle up and down movements. If we can link our movements to our breath, it just helps to keep us present, keeps our minds calm, and just lets the body know that it's okay to let go and to work through that tightness. The muscles can relax. And gently release. And from here we'll come into a wide knee child's pose. So to do that, you're going to bring the big toe mounds to touch, and then send the knees out wide, maybe as wide as your mat if that feels good. Coming to sit back onto your heels and walk the upper body down and away from you. And the arms out long, forehead can come down to the mat. And then from here, bring the hands together and lift the hands up into a prayer position. Pausing here, full even breath. See if you can notice how the belly rounds, grows full for each inhale. And with each exhale, see if you can really empty fully before you take in the next inhale. From here, gently guide the hands down to your mat and then walk them towards you as you come to a seated position. Bringing the hands to heart center. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. If you liked my video, please let me know with a thumbs up. Please feel free to share it with any of your friends or family if you feel that they would benefit from it. And please subscribe to my channel. Namaste.